Nobunaga Oda. He is a well-known figure in Japan and perhaps the most famous person in Japanese history. In fact, he is often ranked first in surveys on the popularity and recognition of historical figures. However, the body of Nobunaga Oda, who was so popular, has not been found for some mysterious reason. His cause of death is mentioned in history textbooks, but his body has never been found. In this video, we approach the mystery why Oda Nobunaga's body has never been found. Watch this video as we anticipate the reason. Please subscribe to our channel and don't forget to like our videos. Before introducing the reason why the body was never found, let me explain about Nobunaga Oda. Nobunaga was a general and shogun born in the Warring States period and was one of the three great masters of the Warring States, along with Hideyoshi Toyotomi and Ieyasu Tokugawa. Let me introduce you to the kind of person Nobunaga was and how he met his death. Nobunaga was born as the son of Nobuhide Oda, the head of the Oda family. He began his life as a local lord in Owari, present-day Western Aichi Prefecture. Although he is now one of Japan's leading historical figures, he was not influential from the time of his birth. So how did he become one of Japan's leading historical figures? It is because, despite his assertive and brutal personality, he possessed overwhelming strength and charisma. In fact, he was not influential when he was just born, but after taking over the Oda family, he destroyed his relatives' Oda family. Furthermore, he eliminated his younger brother Oda Nobuyuki and ruled Owari. It is amazing that a local lord of Owari rose to this level. Nobunaga then defeated Imagawa Yoshimoto, lord of Suruga, located in what is now central Shizuoka Prefecture, in 1560. This was the famous Battle of Okahazama. Nobunaga's power expanded rapidly in this battle. He then formed an alliance with Tokugawa Ieyasu, and in 1565 defeated Oda Nobuyoshi at Inuyama Castle to unify Owari. However, Nobunaga's rapid advance did not stop there. In 1567, he defeated Saito, a feudal lord of Mino, and unified the two provinces of Owari and Mino. Later, when Muromachi shogun Ashikaga Yoshiteru was murdered, he aspired to restore the shogunate and unify the country. At that time, no one had achieved unification of the country. Nobunaga was serious about unifying the country, and in 1568, in cooperation with Ashikaga Yoshiaki, he defeated the Miyoshi Three Men, who were the central government. Nobunaga's successes brought about the restoration of the Muromachi shogunate and brought unification of Japan closer. However, Nobunaga had many enemies, and after his defeat by Takeda Shingen at the Battle of Mikagahara, the shogun Ashikaga Yoshiaki gave up on Nobunaga in 1573. Nobunaga turned against Ashikaga Yoshiaki, but defeated him in the same year of hostility, banishing him from Kyoto and bringing down the Muromachi shogunate. Nobunaga had to maintain the central government without the shogun, so he started on the road to unify the country. Nobunaga steadily expanded his power, winning the Battle of Nagashino in 1575 and destroying the Takeda clan in 1582. In June 1582, as Nobunaga was preparing to attack the Chugoku region, his vassal Akechi Mitsuhide rebelled and attacked Nobunaga while he was staying at Honnoji Temple. Nobunaga was attacked in his sleep, and when he realized that he was surrounded, he set fire to Honnoji Temple and committed suicide. He became the man who came closest to unifying Japan, but due to the betrayal of his subordinates, he never achieved it. It is not clear why Mitsuhide betrayed Nobunaga. However, there are various theories as to why he betrayed Nobunaga. He was violently attacked for disobeying Nobunaga's orders, he was disgraced as a samurai, or he betrayed out of a desire for revenge. Another theory is that Nobunaga confiscated his territory and wanted to kill him. Others say that he tried to unify the country behind Nobunaga's back, or that his mother was killed because of Nobunaga. In any case, the truth is not clear. But Nobunaga was betrayed by his subordinates and committed suicide by the fire he himself set. At this point, I would like to discuss why Nobunaga's body was never found. To review, Nobunaga was betrayed by his subordinate Mitsuhide, who attacked him while he was sleeping at Honnoji Temple. Realizing his death after being surrounded, Nobunaga set fire to Honnoji Temple and committed suicide in the burning flames. In the battles of the Warring States period, it was of utmost importance for the victor to secure the bodies of the generals of the defeated side. This may seem cruel from today's perspective, but it was because it was to prove victory, and securing the bodies was the only way to win the battle. So, as a matter of course, Mitsuhide also looked around for Nobunaga's body. However, it seems that no body was found. Perhaps Nobunaga survived? Some might feel. But there is no doubt that Nobunaga died. At the time, Nobunaga could not predict Mitsuhide's attack, and there were only about 100 men left in Honnoji. Such a timing, Mitsuhide attacked with 13,000 men, making it impossible for him to survive. In fact, it is said that he counterattacked several times with bows and spears, but soon realized his death. Moreover, Mitsuhide's army entered Honnoji, and Nobunaga is said to have been wounded by a spear. In other words, Nobunaga himself was closely followed by the enemy and was definitely seen inside Honnoji. However, when Nobunaga realized that he could not be saved once he was wounded, he immediately hid himself behind a building, ordered fire to be set on the building, and committed seppuku. He also ordered that his body be set on fire with oil just before he died, so that by the time the battle was over and the burning building was extinguished, he was a charred corpse. Honnoji itself had burned down, and burnt corpses were scattered all over the area. When Mitsuhide found the bodies, he did not know which one was Nobunaga. Even if he declared that he had killed the burnt corpse as Nobunaga, which was appropriate for Nobunaga, there was a possibility that Nobunaga was still alive in Mitsuhide's mind. If Nobunaga had survived, he would be in serious trouble. And even if he claimed that another burned corpse was Nobunaga, he would not be able to convince everyone unless it was definitely Nobunaga. In other words, it cannot be verified that Nobunaga was killed. To summarize precisely, Mitsuhide succeeded in attacking Nobunaga, but was unable to find a discernible body because of the severe damage to the corpse. In fact, it is believed that there are other reasons why Nobunaga's body was never found. The moment Nobunaga realized his death, he told his men not to give his body to his enemies. So it is said that he burned and cremated his own body at an early stage. However, this only made a difference in speed, and as a result, the burned body remained at Honnoji. Another reason is that the cremated remains of Nobunaga were carried out of Honnoji. There are more than 20 locations throughout Japan that are reported as Nobunaga's tomb, partly because his body was never found. However, one history book states that Nobunaga's tomb is located at Amida Temple. According to that history book, Seigyoku, a monk at Amida Temple, carried out Nobunaga's remains. When Seigyoku heard the news of the Honnoji incident, he is said to have rushed to Amida Temple with about 20 people in tow. However, Nobunaga had committed suicide by then, and several of his men burned his body. Seigyoku was born in Owari and raised by the Oda family. It is said that the Oda family even paid for his ordination training. So it seems that Nobunaga's men and Seigyoku were acquainted with each other. When Seigyoku arrived at the scene and saw Nobunaga being burned, he asked his subordinate what had happened and was told that Nobunaga would be cremated and that they themselves would be burned to death. Seigyoku then proposed that Nobunaga's remains be taken back to the temple and buried with care, at least as a memorial service for Nobunaga. His men readily agreed, entrusted Nobunaga's remains to Seigyoku, and fought the enemy. Seigyoku took Nobunaga's remains back to Amida Temple and hid them from the fleeing Honnoji monks. This was another reason why Nobunaga's body was never found. 4 months after the Honnoji incident, Hideyoshi decided to hold Nobunaga's funeral to show the world that he was his successor. However, Amida Temple refused Hideyoshi's proposal. Hideyoshi had no choice but to gather only Nobunaga's belongings and hold the funeral service at Daitoku Temple. Several hundred years later, in 1917, a messenger was dispatched from the court to visit Nobunaga's grave. It was Nobunaga's tomb at Amida Temple, and after several hundred years, the imperial family officially recognized it as Nobunaga's tomb. Now, what did you think about the reason why Nobunaga's body was not found? You found out that his strong will not to hand over the body to the enemy was reflected in his actions, and that Mitsuhide did not discover the body. What did you think of Nobunaga's actions? Please share your thoughts in the comments section. Please subscribe to our channel and give us a high rating if you like. Please look forward to the next video. Thank you for watching.